Hi, my name is Rachel Geller, and I'm going to talk you through how to introduce your new cat to your resident cat. You definitely want to do a proper introduction right from the beginning, because how you do the introduction will lay the foundation for how your cats will see each other and the associations they have with each other. If the cats start out calmly, safely, and securely, this will carry them into a tolerant relationship. You know what? They may even grow to love each other. Cats are territorial, so it's really important to understand their need to feel secure in their own territory. The right introduction will accomplish this, but allow me to give you fair warning. Even the best introduction is going to have its ups and downs. And your resident cat may have fears and doubts about this new family member. However, with a proper introduction and going at the cat's pace, these fears can be kept to a minimum, I promise you. The introduction must be gradual and positive to meet the needs of both cats. The introduction is really as much for the feeling of safety and security for your resident cat as it is for the newcomer. So, we're going to start by setting up a sanctuary room for the newcomer. Ideally, this should be done before the new cat comes into the home. Have the litter box on one side of the room and the food and water on the opposite side of the room. Be sure to have a scratching post as well, not only just for the cat's claws, but for that emotional release a scratching post provides for the cat. Also, even when the cats are eventually together, they may prefer their own scratching posts with their own scents on them. Be sure the scratching post is at least 3 feet tall. Be sure to provide elevated spaces and hideaways for the newcomer. A cat tree or window perch is the perfect way to provide vertical space for the new cat. Also, tunnels are great, but even a box on its side lined with a towel will work for the cat. If there is furniture in the room that a cat can get under, like a sofa or a bed, hideaways are really important so the cat doesn't spend all of his or her time hidden under the bed. Toys are also really important for solo play when you are not in the room with the newcomer. Puzzle feeders and fuzzy mice are really good options. Now, when you bring the newcomer home, I want you to take the cat directly to the sanctuary room and close the door. Open the carrier door, but don't pull out the cat and don't force him to come out. He will come out when he is good and ready. In these matters, it's always best to go at the cat's pace. Even though you can't 100% remove the scent of the newcomer, wash your hands before returning to your resident cat. Some advice I like to give is to keep a bathrobe, a large button-down shirt, smock, or some other type of covering to put over your clothes when you are with the newcomer in the sanctuary room. This prevents the resident cat from being too overwhelmed by all of these new cat smells and scents from your new cat. With your resident cat, I want you to be cool, calm, and collected. Keep it light, keep it casual, like nothing is different. If you are stressed or nervous by the introduction of the new cat, believe me, your cat will be sure to pick up on it. And guess what? He's going to blame the newcomer. The resident cat may be flustered or perturbed by the sounds and scents of the newcomer, so he may growl, hiss, or display aggressive body postures. When the resident cat does this, allow him to calm down, distract or redirect him with a toy so he works out his tension in a positive manner. Or you can lead him away from the sanctuary room and give him a small meal or treat. I want you to stay at this stage until your resident cat is no longer agitated and the newcomer is comfortable. You'll know he's comfortable if he's coming over to greet you when you enter the room. He may even be trying to get out of the sanctuary room. This may be one day, a few days, it could be a few weeks. Again, I want you to go at the cat's pace. Now, we're going on to what I call the scent communication phase. This allows the cats to learn about each other and gather information in a controlled, safe, and secure way. Take a clean sock, gently rub the newcomer around the mouth and head. Take another separate sock and rub your resident cat in the same way. Place the sock with the newcomer scent in an area where the resident cat hangs out a lot of the time. Don't put it right in his bed or his favorite sleeping spot. Just have it in the room where your resident cat spends most of his time. Place the sock with your resident cat scent into the newcomer's sanctuary room in a similarly neutral area. Continue with this stage until both cats seem comfortable, meaning I don't want there to be any aggression, no posturing, and they should be eating and using the litter box normally. Again, this can be one day, a few days, weeks. Observe your cats carefully for signs that they are both comfortable. There should be no signs of fear and no signs of aggression. Go at the cat's pace. Next, take a tiny bit of soiled litter from your resident cat's litter box and place it in the newcomer's box, and the same the other way around. Just a very small amount, switching the litter into each other cat's box. If all is going well, now it's time to proceed to our next step. Place your resident cat in a separate room so that the newcomer can safely explore the new house. Open the door to the sanctuary room and let the newcomer start to explore and investigate his new environment without the other cat around. In a large home, close a few doors so that this is not too overwhelming. He may only take a few steps, or he may be a braver explorer and venture far away. Again, go at his pace. During this time, the newcomer gets information, but he also deposits his scents. You'll have to judge how often you do this step based on the newcomer's comfort level and the resident cat's acceptance. Again, it could be days, weeks, or months. But don't worry if it seems to be going slowly. That's okay. Just like people, each cat enters into a relationship at a different pace and a different comfort level. After the scent stage, now you're ready for the visual stage. Food is very motivating for a cat, especially a yummy treat that you know the cats really like. You can use food to help the cats form positive associations with each other. Each cat will think, hey, whenever that other cat is nearby, there are delicious treats. How lucky can a cat get? Open the door to the sanctuary room a crack and let them see each other as you give them each a small meal or special treat. The cats need to be far enough apart that they are both in their comfort zones. As soon as the meal is over, close the door. Do this for every meal and for special treats. As the cats get more comfortable with each other, you can open the door wider and you can also move the bowls closer. Having the cats eat in front of each other teaches them that positive things happen when the other cat is around. Again, use your judgment in how quickly to proceed with this. My feeling is that it's always best to be conservative. Once this is going well, it's time for interactive play therapy and group play therapy. Open the door to the sanctuary room so the cats see each other and have an interactive toy in your hand so you're ready to distract one of the cats if tensions, fear, or any aggressive posturings appear. During introductions, ping pong balls or crinkly mylar balls are great to have handy to divert one cat's attention from the other. If the cats are handling this well, you can even have a fishing pole type toy in each hand and conduct a very short group play session. In this phase, every play session has to be short. This is because you always want to end on a positive note. It's always better to end sooner than you think. Being armed with treats during this phase is helpful too. Keep a fishing pole type toy handy for distraction and redirection as the cats start spending more time together. A good toy for this that I recommend is a toy called the Cat Dancer. It's a very inexpensive toy, so you can buy a lot of them. The Cat Dancer toy can be easily curled up and hidden under a seat or a couch cushion or in a drawer. The more you have around, the better, because trust me, when it's time to distract and redirect, you don't want to be running through the house to locate a toy. You want to have that handy and accessible. At this point, don't worry if there's some hissing. Just keep the interactions calm and stay the course. Eventually, as the cats learn that the appearance of the other cat means food, treats, playtime, and attention, they will develop positive associations with each other. With cats, it's all about these associations they have with people and other cats. At this point, you can now add a baby gate phase. Use 2 baby gates, one on top of the other, instead of the closed door. Now, the cats are always seeing and smelling each other. Continue to do the group feeding and the group interactive play, but now the baby gate is there as protection. When this step is going well, you can begin letting the cats out together for short periods of time, gradually and conservatively increasing this time. Supervise the cats when they are together until you are sure they are okay alone. However, keep the sanctuary room for a while until you feel the newcomer no longer needs it. Even after the cats have settled in, make sure that newcomer has a space that is clearly his. He may want to still have that safe spot. Also, make sure you have at least 2 litter boxes and that they are not in the same room. In general, a really good introduction takes around 2 weeks. While some introductions do take a shorter period of time, it is not unreasonable for some to take a longer period of time. So don't worry if this is going shorter than you expect. If you have any questions, you can always contact the Gifford Cat Shelter.